kind of doing a little bit of an experiment. I've never done this before, so I guess hopefully this will be successful. Um, I've never fried chicken with the batter. Usually when I fry chicken, I just season it up and throw it in the thing, pretty much naked. I've never done the batter, so I'm kind of doing that. However, I'm not really in the mood for wings. I'm kind of more in the mood for like popcorn chicken, so that's what I'm doing. So this is going to be a popcorn chicken, boneless chicken wing, chicken nugget experiment, whichever you want to call it. So right here I got some chicken breasts. I'm open it up, throw them on the cutting board, cut the fat off of them, and then cut them up into little cubes or whatnot. Then I'm make a brine, throw them in the brine, let it sit for a little bit. Then make the batter them up, fry them up, and dry them up. So let me go ahead and get these out of the packaging and throw them on here and show you what I'm gonna do to prepare these. So, and these are about as fresh as I could get. I got a Winn-Dixie right up the street, right up the road for me. So that's where these come from. So I'm gonna go ahead and open them up and throw them on here, and I'm gonna get the knife ready and show you how I'm gonna prepare the fillet the breast so I can batter them up. Alright, so see you in just a second. Alright, so I got one breast out for now, just for space constraints. And basically what I'm gonna do, of course I'm gonna chop it up into little cubes, well, as close to the cubes as possible. But I'm also gonna go around and get rid of some of this gristle, some of this fat that is kind of just extra stuff that I really don't want. Basically, get rid of this portion right here. This piece really isn't that bad. It's really just this little bit right here, and a little bit back here. Some of the fat you kind of just peel off with your hands, but yeah. So this piece right here has got a little extra. All that I'm going to chop off because that's unneeded. It's kind of gross, honestly. And like I said, I'm going to section it up into little tiny bite-sized pieces, more or less. That's probably a better way to put it. And also get rid of some of this slime stuff. These are supposed to be boneless, and of course it's skinless. I'm hoping the skinless part doesn't bite me in the rear. I don't think so, because that's what the batter's for. So I've tried frying skinless chicken breast without any batter and just dried the chicken out. I'm hoping the batter kind of stops that. Of course, with the brine, that will put a lot of moisture into the chicken as well. So let me go ahead and chop these pieces off. I also got a little trash bag on the side just so I could throw the little bits I'm not using into the bag. Of course, the bag will go outside in the trash. Alright, so enough of me picking around with it. Let me go ahead and get to work and get them all dressed and stuff like that. And I'm going to throw the finished pieces into this little bowl. And this bowl is what I'm going to do like the brine and stuff like that. Or marinade, whatever you want to call it. It is a little bit later in the day than I wanted to start, but you know, it has stuff to do. Not that big of a deal. As long as I really get a good half hour of the brine, which I'm going to get well more than a half hour. I'm probably going to get a couple hours of the brine, but I'll talk about that part when I get to that part. So let me go ahead and stop talking, start chopping, and all that. Oh, one other thing, I'm not able to show you how I'm chopping it up. But when you chop the chicken up or whatnot, you want to make sure you get your fingers kind of like that. You don't want to have the knife right here and hold the chicken like that, because if you slip, and could get your fingers. Where this way, you're still holding the chicken, but your fingers are a lot more safe. And you also want to make sure you get a sharp knife and all the thing. I'm going to use that one over there. It's not the best knife. One of these days, I will get me a good set of knives. But anyway, so you want to make sure your fingers are out of the way of the blade and at all times, and you know, baby steps basically. So anyway, let me finish, stop rambling on, and let me get started on this to work. Alright, so see y'all in just a second. Okay, so I am just chopping up 2 of the chicken breasts, so I'm going to wrap this up and put it away for some other time. And this is what I got right here. It's not perfect, but you know, it'll work. And now I'm going to start making the brine. You don't necessarily have to like brine it for a set period of time, but you know, the more you brine it, the better, the more juicier the chicken will come out. This is also the waste, so got rid of all the like the extra fat. Another reason why I got rid of a lot of fat is it's going to be in oil, so that right there will give you that fat flavor in general, and kind of like a little, and just so that not all soggy and stuff like that. But so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call it, I call it a pre-season, where I'm just gonna put a little bit of salt and pepper and a little bit of MSG into the chicken, and of course throw the buttermilk and whatever else in there too. It's this kind of a recipe that kind of took base off of I don't know if you ever heard of him, but the dude called Brutal Moose. He has a little like sub show called Brutal Foods, and he had a video of him making chicken wings. So this is kind of similar, gonna be similar to that, but you know, with my own twist, because he never used like MSG or whatnot, and of course he used wings instead of chicken breast. But so it's gonna be very similar to that, but you know, not at the same time. So anyway, I'm gonna salt and pepper the chicken. I'm using pink Himalayan sea salt because it's what I have, and I love this stuff. Some coarse ground black pepper, and of course some MSG. You don't have to use this stuff. I think a lot of health people don't like this stuff for various reasons. But this is supposed to bring out the flavor in the chicken a lot better. I'm gonna put this both in the pre-season and of course the batter mix. I got some pickle juice. I'm gonna use some of the pickle juice in this to kind of, I guess, give the chicken a little tangy flavor as well. Then of course we got the buttermilk. The buttermilk is gonna be the main, I guess, foundation for the pre-season and the brine mix. So anyway, let me go ahead and salt and pepper these up. I don't really have any solid measurements of this. I'm just really going to put some into where these evenly coated. Then throw the little bit of the buttermilk in and a little bit of the pickle juice in. So yeah, then I'm gonna throw it in the refrigerator for about, it's 3 o'clock till about 6 o'clock, so about roughly 3 hours. That should give enough time for everything to kind of set and, you know, I guess marinate a little bit, especially since it's skinless chicken breast. It'll be, I guess, even better. And this will also help give the chicken more moisture, so when you fry it, it doesn't dry out, hopefully. That's what I'm assuming. So anyway, let me go ahead and get all these in there. Ignore the sauce and the peas for now, those are for later. So let me go ahead and stop rambling on and get this stuff done, and I'll show you right before I put it in the fridge. Alright? Alrighty, so that's pretty much the brine all set. I used probably about half a jar of, about a third of the jar of the pickle juice. That seemed about right, and about a third of a thing of milk, buttermilk. And of course I just sprinkled on the pre-seasonings till they're about even. I kind of went in there, flipped them over a little bit, then did it again. So that should be good. I'm gonna let it sit in the fridge for a few hours. Then when I get back, I'll start making the batter mix. Then yeah, should be all set. And I'll come back to when it's ready. Alright, so see y'all in just a second. Alright, so the chicken pieces are just about ready. They're still in the fridge, kind of doing a little bit of marinating. And I'm getting ready to do the batter mix. I got pretty much everything I need / want. I'll wipe the lens off real quick. pretty much everything I need slash want, and this is what I'm gonna do. I got, of course, the base of it, which is regular all-purpose flour, pretty standard. I'm gonna do a 50-50 mix of that and cornmeal. I couldn't find cornstarch, oddly enough. The one dixie I went at, I could not find cornstarch, so I got cornmeal. Apparently, this has a little more of a corn flavor, but should be relatively the same. Hopefully, it is. And of course, I got the MSG still. I got red the sea salt. I got black pepper. Those are pretty much the same things I already have on them already. I've also got some oregano, garlic powder, some onion powder, a little bit of lemon pepper, paprika, and parsley. So those are going to be the spices I'm going to use. I got this bowl here. That should be enough for me to do what I want. I need to grab a whisk. I completely forgot about that. I'll do that in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this in here, a little bit of everything in here. Kind of whisk it around and kind of set off to the side, and I'll grab the chicken and a plate, and I'll get everything all ready for that. So let me go ahead and grab my whisk, open these up, and kind of throw stuff in there. Alright, see you in just a second. Alright, so I have all the batter stuff mixed in, the cornmeal, the cornmeal, the flour, and all the spices. The reason why I went with the 50-50 mixture of cornmeal slash cornstarch and flour is going to give the chicken a little bit more of a crispier crust. And of course, the salt, pepper, and all that stuff is just for the flavor. So I'm literally got it in order. I'm going to grab a piece of chicken out, shake it out a little bit to make sure it's not too drippy. Throw it in here, toss it in here, get it all nicely covered, and throw it on the plate. That's literally all I'm going to do. So pretty much grab a piece, kind of shake it off a little bit, throw it in the batter, get it nice and coated, best as possible. Alright, and throw it on the plate. And that's literally all I'm going to do to this entire bowl. You see me do one piece. I guess I'll do another piece. That's an example. Shake it off a little bit. Toss it in the batter. And throw it on the plate. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the rest of them because it's quite a few pieces. Then after this, I'm gonna throw these back into the fridge for about 10 minutes to a half hour. Just kind of let the flour set up a little bit. That way, when I go to fry them, the boiling effect from the oil doesn't knock the seasoning off. And you might want to wear gloves for this because that's kind of annoying. But I don't have gloves on me, and whatever. Just be aware of that. I mean, let me go ahead and get all these all set up. Then I'll go ahead and set up the fryer and all that. It'll be a second for you, but it'll be quite a bit of time for me. So see y'all in just a second. Alrighty, so I got all the chicken battered up, and I'm getting ready to throw in the fridge. I kind of don't recommend stacking them like this because when you pull them apart, the batter could flake off and stick to another one. Oh well, in my case, I'll just deal with it. I do got some leftover batter left. I'm just going to throw away because, kind of wish I had mozzarella sticks because I think this would be really good mozzarella sticks. Just take the mozzarella stick, throw it in there, and then, there you go. But whatever. Now I'm also going to just get rid of this as well. Alright, so I'm going to throw this in the fridge for like 20 minutes to a half hour or something like that. In the meantime, I'll set up the fryer and get my peas ready because that's going to be my side. So it's going to be just chicken and peas. Then I also set up my sauce. Um, like I said, this is based off the Bruto Moose's recipe. Of course, I'm doing something completely different than him, but he butter he put this in a pan with a little bit of butter and let it simmer for a little bit and dip the chicken into that. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to literally use this as like a dip sauce. So there's that. But I'll get to that when I get ready to plate it or serve it. Of course, there's a lot of chicken, so all of this is going to be saved for another day. So, yeah. So, I'll see y'all in a little while when I get ready to actually fry it. Alright, so I'll see y'all in just a second. Alrighty, so I got my fryer out, got my oil heated up, it's about 375 degrees. I got my peas on simmer with a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt and pepper in there too. This is a little too close, in my opinion. I got the chicken has been sitting in the fridge for about a half hour, 20 minutes, something like that. Yeah, as you see, most of it's been set up. You still see some pieces that are a little powdery. Not a big deal. If a little bit of powder comes off, I'm not too worried about it. So basically, I'm going to load up the basket with a few of them. Throw them in the fryer, let it fry for about 5 minutes, come out, stir, shake it around the basket a little bit, throw it in for like another 5 minutes, and that should be about perfect. Take it out, let it drip a little bit, throw it on the plate with some paper towels, and put another paper towel on top of it to kind of keep them warm. Maybe you can throw them in the microwave a little bit too, so a little bit insulated as well. So yeah, let me go ahead and load the basket up. Get some of the ones that are sitting on top, and it looks like they didn't stick. So that's good. Sure, it's a lot easier to grab too. Without all that buttermilk in the way. Let me throw one more piece in there. I'm assuming I'll probably have to do like 3 or 4 batches. So like that. Well, this is going to make a lot of noise because, you know, fryers. There we go. Close it up. Then in about 5 minutes, I'll come out, either shake or stir them up a little bit. Turn the vent on as well. It's just steam. Ooh, that already smells freaking good, dude. Woo! It smells great. So anyway, I'm gonna let these fry up for a little bit. I'll come back with them when I go stir them, kind of show you what I'm doing. Then I'll cut to when all these are done, and I'm ready to eat them. So I'll see y'all in a little bit. Just hang tight. Alright, so it's been a couple minutes, and like I said, it already smells freaking delicious, so that's a plus. Go ahead and take the basket up, kind of mix it around. No, mixing it around is mainly just so they don't stick together, and if they are stick together, you kind of take them apart. And also, just take a look at them. Look at that, that already looks good. You might just grab a fork and kind of just not burn yourself. Yeah. Yeah, they're already stuck. So I'm gonna, next batch, I'm gonna do a little less. Next batch, I'm gonna do a little less and probably pay more close attention to them. But so far, so good. Let's put it back in the oil for a little bit. By the way, this is canola oil. I don't know if I said that yet, but it's just plain Jane canola oil. So use whatever oil you want: sunflower oil, vegetable oil, peanut oil, canola oil, whatever other oils they have. Also gonna give my peas a little bit of a stir as well. And yeah. So I'm gonna give this a couple more minutes. I'm gonna take them out, put them on the plate to let the oil drip off of them. Then I'll let you know at the end. Alright, so see y'all when everything's all done and I'm ready to eat. Alright, so real quick, I took the basket up a little bit to kind of let it drip out dry, and I took a piece out and I cut into it. Look how moist that is. Even though I turn the flash on so you can see, look how moist that is. It's perfectly cooked. The crust is nice and crispy. It's a little oily because I didn't let it dry yet, but that looks great. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest. I'll definitely get back to you when it's all done. Alrighty, so the food's done. I got a whole bunch of them still left in here. Yeah, everything's done. I got the peas over here, which is, like I said, it's just canned peas with a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, so I'm not going to pay attention to those. You all know what peas taste like. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. But I'm going to turn your attention to the nuggets, or boneless wings, or popcorn, whatever you want to call these. I really don't care. I'm going to call them popcorn chicken because that's what I kind of intended on making. Even though they're a little bit too big to be considered popcorn chicken, so I think these are more like nuggets. Someone's still dripping a little bit of oil because I didn't let it drain all the way. But anyway, I'm going to grab this little small piece right here. I'm going to just take a little bite out of it right now. It's nice and crunchy, which is the whole purpose of the cornmeal. It's nice and tender on it. That's why I wanted to let's see if we'll focus on it. It's nice and tender and juicy. That's the whole purpose of letting brine in the fridge for a little while. May have gone a little bit overboard with the MSG because that's the main spice I'm tasting. MSG is kind of like a salt, but not quite. Though I do taste the pepper, I do taste the paprika, all that as well. The lemon pepper for sure as well. That's probably another one I'm probably tasting. So yeah. The only problem I'm seeing, even though it's not really a problem in my opinion, but it might bother some people, the crust is not really sticking to the chicken as well as I thought it was going to, which, like I said, I'm not worried about it. But maybe a little bit longer in the fridge to let the crust kind of stick to it a little bit better. Probably would help that. Also, I said it was about 10 minutes for the cook time. Actually, no, it's more like 2 minutes and kind of boiled out chicken and like another 2 minutes. That's only because I was only able to put like 5 pieces in there at a time. So that is something to worry about or think of. But let me go ahead and try dipping into the Franks. Which, you all know what Franks tastes like as well. If not, try it. And I'm going to finish this last bite. Tastes really freaking good. I'd say the flavor on this tastes quite a bit like it's nowhere near close, but I say the closest I could think of is probably like the KFC original recipe. Now, obviously, it's a bit of a secret recipe, and it's got a distinct flavor. This is close to that. Obviously, it's nowhere near like it, but yeah, it even has a similar look to it as well, now that I'm thinking about it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Actually, yeah, follow me on Twitter. My username will be in the description. Follow me on Instagram as well. That username will be in the description as well. Be safe, have fun, don't forget to tip your waitress.